Round 11 NRL action coming from the Penrith Stadium. It's the Penrith Panthers at home to the Cronulla Sharks. One change to the Penrith lineup. Chris Hicks comes in for Luke Lewis, who was injured at training during the week. He'll wear jumper number 18. The coach for the Panthers, John Lang. The Sharks have a number of changes. David Peachey is out. Young 21-year-old Jared Taylor makes his first grade debut. Colin Best gets a reprieve in jumper number 19 for the injured Paul Mellor. Chris McKenna is out. Matt Bickerstaff is his replacement in the starting lineup. The new player on the bench in jumper number 21 is Greg Bird. The coach is Chris Anderson.
Let's just wait, man.
Tony Archer, our first grade referee tonight. His 44th first grade game.
Okay.
Time on at Penrith. The Cronulla Sharks taking on the Penrith Panthers. And Cronulla first use of the football through Nutley.
Stand up.
A solid run, 20 metres out from his own line. Beattie, the two front rowers, getting involved early.
Step from me in the hole. Not hole.
Gibson, an acting half. This is Phil Bailey. Happy birthday to him. Turns 22 today. Kamali. Now Graham going wide early. Just short of the halfway line. Here's Kamali kicking early. Nice bounce for Reece Wesser. Here's her first return tonight. McGoldrick making the tackle. And it's Franze. Did he lose it? Matthew Reek.
You're off, Chris.
There's a solid tackle on Lang.
Hold there. Hold.
Ward. Gibson bouncing off.
Get away, Pat. Hold.
Sattler. On the inside from Pritis. Good defence here from the Sharks. We're kicking deep here through Ben Reynolds. Awkward bounce over the head of Taylor. Has to go back with Matthew Reek to pick it up. 20 metres out from the Sharks line. Now the youngster has his first run in first grade. Tony Puletua and Lang doing the defensive work as Nutley is tackled again by Puletua and Pritis. There's Beattie.
Have a chat, Archer.
Very slow.
Radio at the moment, but I'll do that.
Is stepping there from Phil Bailey. Now there's Kamali with a kick between winger and fullback. Back there to pick it up is Chris Hicks.
This has probably been one of the best starts here for the Sharks and all the games that they've played this year, I should say. Really starting to get their game in order around Steve Mortimer. Plenty of good runs from their forwards and a good kicking game.
Well, as we see, Panthers getting a penalty at the moment. That was a great chase by the Sharks, the Cronulla Sharks forwards up there, putting the pressure on the Panthers. The Panthers now have got the penalty, but just quickly, a Penrith official told me it absolutely teemed down here last night and most of this morning, and the drainage on this oval is absolutely superb. It's almost like dry conditions.
Lang very slow to his feet to play the ball. They're a mile offside. Bailey was about 1.5 metres in front, and there's the penalty.
Wait there. Wait.
Back-to-back penalties, and no question that's Danny Nutley on screen, but it was number 12. You can see him there. Bailey, I suppose they all were. And there's Bailey.
I don't think any of them were onside.
Yeah, that's right.
Bailey was the one that stood out until he waited for the rest of them to catch up to him. Here's Lang. Penrith continue adding the pressure. Ward. Crossfield. The arm's free, but nobody there in support. So he takes the tackle. 9 out from the line. Gower. Reynolds. Inside Puletua's left it on the ground. Kamali picks it up.
Tackle one.
And they needed to just keep mounting that pressure. Then pass just going just a little bit behind Puletua. Now they've got to really stand up, the Panthers, and get up in the face of the Cronulla Sharks because they're just going one off the ruck.
Well, Gary, that was early in the tackle too. They had 4 tackles up their sleeve, and I think it put it down a little bit of inexperience by Ben Reynolds. He threw the ball inside. It was too hard, and of course now it lets the Sharks back off when they bring the ball back to the halfway.
Nutley plays it. Graham accelerated, almost got through the tackle of Prittis. Last here for the Sharks. Wobbly old high spiralling kick. Rooney couldn't get there. That'll be 6 to go offside.
In front, 10. 10. He makes the call, mate. You're in front. Here, mate. Hey, they called me. No, he got a call. He called him out. They're offside, mate.
Well, the referee, Tony Archer, saying, I got a call from the touch. He's saying you're offside. Well, I'll tell you what, the touchy's got it right. They've got to stay 10 metres away. No, that's fair. It's a fair enough penalty. They were inside the 10. It's a good touch there.
It's David.
Prittis now.
Just saw a glimpse of Preston Campbell on the bench there, Mark. I'm just wondering when Chris Anderson will see Preston Campbell will eject him into the game because he really is an exciting player.
Boys are fired up from Cronulla. Danny Nutley, Beattie, and also Bailey's in front of him again by about 1.5 metres, the referee I'm talking about. Phil Bailey.
Tell you what, in that tackle, just quickly, Mark, Martin Lang has absolutely got hammered as the ball goes out to Tony Pullatua and he tries to get the arm free. They'll take him over the sideline. That is great defence here by the Sharks.
Sharks will get the loosened feed. John Lang will be looking on with interest. There's Martin. Is it the cheek or above the eye? It looks like it's the cheek, just around the eye.
Here's the tackle here.
Clash of heads.
That's all it was.
Gary, I've got to say, as Martin Lang takes his position back into the field, again, that was early in the tackle by Pullatua. They had 4 tackles up their sleeve.
Hang on. Take him out the back. Take him out the back. He's split on the chin. Yeah, he's split on the chin. I'll look after it.
The 2 blokes who won, the man making the run, Martin Lang, has got the coming from the side and with the blood bid.
And just as the Sharks are packing the scrum again, the Panthers on their second tackle, they run the ball out, and it really is not a strategy if they want to get down the other end and put pressure on the Sharks.
Just short of halfway. Here's Beattie. Danny Nutley still getting treatment in back play for his cut on the chin. Here's Bailey. Keeps it alive. Franze.
Keep coming, Colin. Colin. Sit.
Gibson goes to acting half. Kamali now. Johns.
Last one, Scott.
Danny Nutley coming back into the fray. Last tackle here for Cronulla. Now Kamali. Graham kicking into the in-goal area. Will it be too deep? Yes, it is. He tried to put a little bit of backspin on it, but it didn't hold up well enough. 20-minute restart for the Panthers.
Interesting to note there with the Sharks, there, Steve, that they are really attacking that left-hand side all the way through the game.
Matt. Get out of it. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Get out. Get out. Get out. Matt. Matt. I'll look after it. I'll look after it. It's too high, mate. Got to keep him down. You know that. Luke Prittis. Come here. You got the penalty. Don't go on with the right. Hey, listen. Hey. Craig, told you earlier. You keep it down. He's got to cover it up now. He's in the hands of the trainer.
Oh, well, no report. And I don't think there needed to be a report there either.
I think a penalty is sufficient.
No, that's enough.
Right on the halfway line. John Lang barking instructions to the trainer.
Help one, stand up.
They're still going at each other. He wants Danny Nutley off because of his jumper covered in blood. That's what he's after. There's another solid tackle.
2. Hold it there. Hey, just wait there. Hey, just have a look. Mick, if you get a replay. Yeah.
I think that's Joel Clinton, and that's down. He's only just come on the field too. Replaced Martin Lang. Big hit there by the Sharks forwards coming in to make the play here. Nutley's one. I think Chris Beattie's elbow accidentally has come in contact there. He hasn't gone up at all to hit him with the elbow. He's just sort of jumped to do a shoulder charge. I think he might have accidentally caught him in the head there, Steve. Plenty of these forwards been taken out the back, Mark.
Okay.
Chris Beattie's out there now.
I know that.
He's just
We're all
replaced.
legitimate here. Yep. In you go.
Danny Nutley's had the jumper replaced, which is what John Lang was complaining about. That's off the foot of Taylor.
Knock one.
Well, I don't know if he did knock that on.
Well, he called off the foot originally, unless it's bounced up and hit him in the hand.
Okay. Let's wait. No one goes
Wasn't
in.
a good ball by Kamali, but it comes off his feet. No, I thought that was okay. Should have been play on.
It came up and hit his left hand, I think,
Yeah,
Steve.
I think it hit his left hand too. And now,
Craig, up here.
tell you what, Tony Archer's doing plenty of talking out with those two packs.
Wesser down the blind side, slipping. He's lost the ball now.
Knock forward. Right there.
There's a bit of a stink on him, back players there, no. Wesser gets up.
And I think the players just going there congratulating
Legs down.
the young winger,
Bring it in
number
here.
19 jersey. Was it Taylor was the man? They went over there, the man who dropped the ball earlier.
Put it in.
I've
Stay there,
got to say, there's a lot of feeling in this game. Both sides, as you know, Sharks are 12. They're on 8
Clear,
points at the
release
moment.
him.
The Panthers are running last year on 4 points. So both sides very, very keen to get 2 points under their belt here tonight.
Two, stand up. Hold.
Kamali inside to Bickerstaff.
Help three. Come and meet.
Just over the halfway line. Rorty making the tackle.
Craig Gower.
Gibson slipping from acting half.
It's all right.
Sloppy play the ball. Kamali looking for runners behind Johns. That's 2 bad passes in a row Kamali's thrown. Don't
Last
see that
one.
too often as
Hold here.
Phil Bailey dives on it. Last here for Cronulla. Kamali with a little chip. Here comes the chase into touch. Ryan McGoldrick was chasing hard, but it just broke at right angles.
Well, I've got to say, Brett Kamali, he has thrown 1 or 2 passes. I guess they could have been improved, but I thought he started off pretty well. He's organising quite well. Little chip over the top here. The ball stayed in. The Sharks may have picked that ball up, but it goes out. The Panthers will feed the ball. It really has been a great arm wrestle here between two sides who are desperate for a win here tonight.
Rooney
Release it.
heavily tackled again by Fronze. Also Johns. Cross. About 11 short of halfway. Panthers into the field. No score with Sattler. At 10.5 minutes of play.
Release.
3 Sharks in there to bring Sattler to ground. This kid must be tough. Clinton is back into it. Prittis from acting half. How does
Last one. Get off.
Joel Clinton get up from
Get
that?
up.
Be back in the fray within minutes. Gower
They're on.
kicking. Under pressure. Rick has taken it well.
Bang. Two. Hold, Craig. Hold.
Beattie puts the head down.
Come to me, Craig.
Works his way forward. Now Danny Nutley.
You're not with me, mate. You stand in front of me. Wait there.
I don't know if Joel Clinton actually knows where that 10-metre line is after the couple of big tackles that he's actually had against him. I think he's just doing his best to get back on the line.
Well, I've got to say with the referee too, like we can hear the referee on the field. He should be saying get back, and even when that ball went up and the Sharks had penalised it on offside play about 5 minutes ago, he should have said you're offside and they would have stayed off there. I think the referee could communicate better with the players.
Watch everything.
It's Kamali now. Graham. Bickerstaff lurking wide through the tackle of Reynolds. And Sattler's there to wrap him up. 2 former South Queensland crushers. Kamali running across field behind Beattie. Still running across. Fronze back on the inside. Pulatua there with the tackle. Gibson from acting half. The pass to McGoldrick. The defence is there. Jeff Bell making the tackle. Here's the last for Cronulla. What will Kamali do? Little grubber kick. Wesser. Here they come with Graham. Has he got it down before the dead ball line? I think he has. Tony Archer will go to the video referee.
I got no sound. Sado, come in.
I don't have a problem with him being onside. I think that Camorley goes to the line. He's right there. I think that angle's very, very hard to tell from, but I'm just making sure he got the ball down in time before his body went over the line. You can see him, he just slips just a fraction. I don't think there's a problem there whatsoever after seeing that replay. I think this will be a 4-pointer.
No, I've got that radio again.
Well, it was a great little kick by Brett Camorley. And Nick Graham seizing the opportunity, piercing through the defensive line.
And it's a try, the Sharks. Cronulla on the board early, 4-0 with a kick to come. And it is adjacent to the uprights.
It was a great play there by the Sharks, really just going down to that right-hand side. I thought they were going to score in the corner. Camorley got himself in great position, put the kick in, got him between Clinton and, of course, Colin Ward. Great backing up there by the Lockford Graham once again. Tremendous work to score this try.
Yeah, lovely grubber there by Brett Camorley, but also leading up to that try, their centre six was absolutely superb. They really have controlled the ball well, the Sharks. There is the try scorer, Nick Graham. He's got some wonderful skills with his hands as well. Good defender, and he really does team up well with Brett Camorley.
It converts the try. Brett Camorley, so it's 6-0, the Sharks over the Panthers. 13 and a half gone at Penrith Stadium, and Cronulla lead. It's been a good 13 and a half minutes for the Sharks. They stood an early barrage from Penrith and hit back with a try. Can the Panthers answer? Nutley.
Stand up.
Bounces away from the shoulder charge of Pulatua. Beattie. Critters up early, over the top, around the legs. There's John Cross. Bailey trying to drive his way forward. Camorley with the kick. Wesser takes it well. Tries to push away from Colin Best. Grab him by the arm. Hicks. 10 short of the halfway line. Penrith into the field. They trail by 6. Colin Ward now. Nutley in there with Bailey. Gower. Gibson, good ball and all tackle. Penalty.
You flopped in. You flopped straight in there.
They hurt those penalties.
Well, it was great defence, wasn't it? Well, Gibson made the tackle then. He just flops over the top.
There's nothing like a bad flop, is there? That certainly was an absolute shocker. And he's really done no justice at all for his Cronulla Sharks side, because it really does put them under pressure now with the Panthers 30 metres out from the Sharks line.
Stand up, Colin.
Interesting to note that 4 other times the Sharks have played and they've scored first. They've only come away the winners twice out of the 4 times, so it'll be interesting to see if they can now hold together with their defence, with the Panthers hot on attack.
Reynolds looking for Clinton, finds him. Solid tackle again from Chris Beattie. Bigger staff in there also. Reynolds, Gower, cut out past Sattler. Sattler, they got numbers, Pulatua. Tony Pulatua breaks through 3 tackles and scores the first Panthers try. They had the numbers left. Pulatua went himself and breezed through some very ordinary defence. With a kick to come, they're back to within 2.
Well, I just mentioned the fact they've scored first time in 4 games. They've only come away with 2 wins, and once again, it's just defence has really let them down. Ronze come out of the line. He needed to make sure that he stayed in the line to make the tackle. He just put his whole side under all sorts of pressure. Pulatua, he was just too big and strong and just had to stride out to score the try.
Well, I've got to say here too, some wonderful skills by this man here, Scott Sattler, offloads the ball, but a pathetic attempt by the number 2 to tackle the man, Ryan McGoldrick. That's where it happened, and the defence again, the Sharks, 2 or 3 players fell off, and Pulatua scores the try. So again, a forced error by the Sharks, a penalty. The Panthers get the ball and they score a try in that set of 6.
Very nice kick, and the scores are level at Penrith. Penrith and Cronulla 6-all. We've had just over 17 minutes. Worrying signs there for Cronulla, being under pressure. So many missed tackles there in that one short run from Tony Pilatua. There were plenty of defenders there.
Still maintain Mark Fonze. He really did come out of the line when he didn't need to on Sattler, which then opened it up with a good ball by Sattler on to Pilatua to go through the gap. Steve's already pointed out the winger come up with a very ordinary tackle, but I tell you what, when you're a winger and a 6'2" second rows right now, I know where I'd be going too.
I think I've also just going to add to that too, that Johnny Lang, we heard him in his interview before the game, that they've got a young side here, that inexperienced side in a lot of positions. The same with Chris Anderson, a lot of injuries as well, and a lot of mistakes are coming from the inexperience of those players.
Some pressure here from the Sharks defence, forcing Penrith back. They kept the ball alive, firstly through Pilatua, then Colin Ward. Now Clinton finally plays it. Here's Pilatua again.
Last one, stand up.
Martin Lang's back on the bench for Penrith as Gower gets the kick away. McGoldrick, ball bounces nicely for him. Good chase there from Penrith. Martin Lang has that cut, head swathed in bandages. Just the left side of his face there. Penalty again.
None are even close. Tony Pilatua, Craig Gower.
Well, that makes the penalty count now 5-2 to Penrith. There's a lot of penalties in the first 90 minutes of play.
The referees usually take, I guess, a pet rule into their game too. We certainly know what that is. You can't afford to be inside the 10 metres, so I'm sure that both coaches were getting their trainers saying you've got to stay behind the referee at all times.
On you go.
Nutley. Here's Beattie, the two front rowers working hard in the opening stages. Almost halfway through the first half. Kamali, Johns, Bailey. Johns running around. Bailey took the tackle. Here's Kamali. We've got numbers here, the Sharks, but Graham's come back inside.
Back pedal, Panthers.
They go left, Kamali, kicking off legs. Who wants to pick it up? Offside, I think he's called.
Came off him, into him, accidental offside. Came off your bloke, into you. Up here. Accidental offside.
Fair call. Elford touched it, hit Reynolds, who didn't play at it. So he was accidentally offside, and so the scrum will pack down as we're about to see Andrew Pearce come on the field. The Sharks get a break there. They get possession. Johns almost through. Offloads back to Best. He goes back to where the scrum was. And the forwards make the tackle. Colin Ward, Cross and Prittis. Here's Kamali. Chance here for Cronulla. Jared Taylor has tackled. Graham with the dummy, looking for a double offload to Colin Best, and the Sharks have scored. They got the break with the accidental offside, and Colin Best has made the Panthers pay, and there's an injury in back play to add to the Panthers' woes. Cronulla lead 10-6 with a kick to come, and a Panther is in a bit of pain.
Tell you what, Graham has had a great game on that left-hand side. Good work by the dummy half to get out very quick. It put pressure on the little number 6 and Ben Reynolds. He wasn't too sure if he should keep going or start the slide or what to do. He needed to probably come up. He come up very quickly. He needed to come up and make the tackle on Nick Graham. He started to slide straight at there, open up a little gap. Great ball. Ooh, I think that may have been forward. It may have been forward, Steve Mortimer.
Well, it's too late, Gary Freeman. It is a try there. There's the try scorer. He was dropped last week. He's come back into the team through Paul Mellor succumbing to an injury. But great work there by Nick Graham. And also, Pat Gibson, he was the former Jersey Flegg player that played in the grand final. I think he was their captain last year. And he showed some great creative ability there, passing the ball. A big pass to the left-hand side. Now the Sharks are leading by 4. Can Kamali make it 6?
I think it's Shane Elford who's injured. They're calling for a stretcher. Here's Kamali. He's missed it. I thought it was going to go through, but he's hooked it. So the score remains 10 points to 6. Cronulla over Penrith. 18 minutes out from half-time. Just can't quite see if that is Elford or not.
It might be Ben Reynolds.
Joe Nelavar coming on for him. So that'll make an interesting change.
He was behind. went back.
What do the Panthers do here for a 5-8? Here's Nutley.
Stand up, come to the line and hold, Panthers.
We've got no backs on the interchange bench.
I think what they'll do, they'll put Scott Sattler into 5-8.
Yep.
Chris Hicks will go over to the wing. And big Joe Nalaval will go into the second row.
He played 5-8. Well, he's won one game, Scott Sattler, this year.
He is pretty versatile, Scotty Sattler. I do prefer him seeing him playing in the lock position. But again, if they've got no 5-8s out there, certainly he can fill that position and fill it very well.
Stand up, Cronulla.
Wesser from acting half, almost through. Pulatua was standing there. Maybe got in the way of some of the Sharks defenders. Rooney plays it, looking for the penalty and gets it.
Yeah, you get off. Get up and off.
The saying here is that Luke Rooney was trying to get him to play the ball. And Andrew Pearce was holding onto his leg just too long. He's been pretty consistent on that. Tony Archer, the referee. Now the penalties escalate to 6-2 in favour of the Panthers.
Colin Ward now. Can Penrith hit back? Clinton. Right in centre field. It's the 20-metre line he's playing the football on. Cross. Nalaval. Strong run. Prittis from acting half. Sattler. Gower. Craig Gower offloads. Pulatua for a double no. Miracle tackle, Matthew Johns. Cut out pass to Rooney. Steps inside McGoldrick. Can he get it down? Kamali is over there to make the try saver with Franze. Last tackle. Gower. Kick. McGoldrick is back there. It'll be a goal line dropout, but 2 try savers for Cronulla.
Oh, great stuff there by the winger. McGoldrick did very, very well. But got up very quickly, put some pressure on the tackle he had to make on Pulatua at the same time. Here's a little kick, and he comes from the right-hand wing, comes around, picks up the beautiful ball beautifully, I should say. A good defence there by the Panthers. They needed another set of 6 at the line here at the Sharks.
Gary, you did very well there, but great sense of urgency by the Sharks in their scramming defence there. That was absolutely superb by the Sharks. But again, the Panthers have got another chance, a set of 6 to attack at the Sharks line.
Joel Clinton, Nutley, lined him up for the shoulder charge and almost missed altogether. Ward. Kamali in there to make the tackle with Nutley again. The Panthers sense a try. Sattler. Nalaval. 9 out. Sloppy play the ball. Gower. Gower for the gap. Closed. Just a couple of metres out from the goal line. Colin Ward. He's only a metre out. Slow play the ball. Kamali with the tackle again. Short side, Prittis kicking on the ground. Was it knocked on? Bailey's picked it up. Penalty offside.
And his guy's on the ball. Wait.
It's still accidental, so
No. I'll tell you why it's not.
Is that in?
Get out. Get out. I'll tell you why it's not. Because the other one just hit the bloke in the leg. In your one, your bloke elected to pick the ball up, so that makes it deliberately offside.
But he doesn't know that it's actually offside.
Doesn't matter, mate. But it doesn't matter, no.
He's got 100% right, Tony Archer. He deliberately picked the ball up. How can you accidentally pick the ball up? Here's Ward.
Stand up.
I think what the Panthers need to do now is go one more to the right-hand side and try and get the ball back in the hands of Tony Pulatua on this left-hand side. It's Joel Clinton. He's around about 5 metres out from the try line.
Options left and right. They go right. Gower inside to Wesser. Trying to catch the Sharks' defence napping.
Get off.
Gower. Long ball to Sattler. Crosses with him. Pulatua inside. Still going Pulatua through the tackle of Bailey. Nutley
Get him
penalised.
right in there. Saw your hand. Wait there.
Quick tap from Prittis.
Wait here. I haven't given you the mark, Luke. Back here. Back here. No, it's not. You get to reset it. There's your mark.
And I'd be doing the same thing as Luke Priddis did too. Just stand there, make a hole in the ground. So, well, where is the mark? You didn't even move off the line anyway.
Cross plays it. Ward. Crossfield. Pulatua, chance, stepping. Bell's with him. Takes the tackle. Can Cronulla hold on? Gower. Ball to Joel Clinton. Great tackle again, Nick Graham. Couple of try savers the last few minutes. Can they hold on? Gower.
Leave the ball, that's 4.
Kamali in there again. Sattler. Cross, back to Sattler. Bell. Fronze coming up to make the tackle. He runs away from him. Back to Sattler. Graham with a good hit. Here's the last tackle for Penrith. They're 12 metres out. Gower kicking again, out for the wing. Matthew Reek well positioned and took it well.
Well, I've got to say that was great defence by the Cronulla Sharks. The Panthers had 2 chances to kick the goal there. They chose to see if they could score a try, and both attempts they've failed. So the Sharks' defence has certainly picked up compared to last week, and the Panthers may be regretting not to kick for at least one of those penalties for goal.
About to see Chris Beattie come back on the field with a new jumper, and just to add to the confusion of players everywhere, he's got a new number on his back, I think. He's coming on into 20-something. So 23 Chris Beattie will be wearing. When you see him on the field, it's not a new player, it's a new jumper. This is quite bizarre in this day and age in professional rugby league, with millions of dollars being spent. You get a player coming out in a jumper with a different number. Chris Hicks. There he goes back on now. Chris Beattie in jumper number 23. He's got 7 stitches in the chin. And there he is on screen. There's now Wesser running across field. Fronze there. Gets the ball out the back to Sattler. Now Joel Clinton carrying it one-handed. Gower. Cut out Ward to cross. Trying to get the arm free.
Back pedal. Get off.
Very slow play the ball. Sharks. Bailey again was offside. The referee let it go. Wesser up the middle. That's a solid tackle from Nutley, which has knocked it free.
It's a knock on. I'm waiting to see if you come up with the ball, Andrew. I'm just waiting till you come up with the ball.
Well, I've got to say, I thought he knocked that ball out of Reece West's hand there. There he is, 2 players there. The 3rd player comes in. Why that's not a penalty, I don't know.
Wait, don't go in, Chris. Plenty of time.
Steve, I agree with you. I think he deliberately went for the ball. You know that Reece Wesser had his hand out there with the ball in his hand. And I think he deliberately went for it. I tell you what, they nearly won the ball there, the Panthers.
McGoldrick.
So you don't see that too often these days, do you? A halfback that feeds the ball and they lose the head.
Graham's offloaded the ball and it's been knocked on. Dreadful pass from Nick Graham. Putting his teammate under enormous pressure. Just turning it back over again, Cronulla.
Luke, get your head in. I don't want to have to give a silly penalty. Just get your head in, right? Take the tip, mate.
I'll tell you what the danger man is for mine with the Panthers, and that's Reece Wesser. I can see Craig Gower always trying to give him some room. I'm sure the Sharks have been coached and they've got to shut him down. He is absolutely lethal when he's got some open play.
John Cross fell awkwardly there. He's up limping as he plays the ball. Colin Ward. Tackle. Inside the final 10 before half time. We go right. Nalaval runs at best. He makes the tackle. Priddis, Gower. Juggled the pass from Priddis. Back to Pulatua. There's that arm free again. They wrap him up. Fronze over the top. Bailey around the legs. Laying back on with the headgear. Almost through the tackle of Beattie. Sattler. Cross-field kick. Well taken, Matthew Reek in goal. 20-metre restart. Hicks came charging. Reek always had eyes for the football.
Oh, he did a great job, didn't he? Matthew Reek got up nice and high above everyone else, just to slow things down for the Sharkies as the big fella Chris Beattie takes ball forward, mate. He makes sure about 9 metres as Nutley now goes forward too.
Mark, as the Sharks are bringing it out, the Panthers have got Tula on the left-hand side of the field, and it's a pretty good attacking ploy. They get the ball to him. If he gets 1 or 2 players, he can offload the ball. He's got plenty of Penrith Panthers support on the outside, so he's tried it a couple of times, haven't done it, but I'm sure they're going to persist with it.
Good tackle there by Jeff Bell, Matthew Johns. Kamali with the kick. Wessels across there. Keeps it in the field of play magnificently and gets back just ahead of Ryan McGoldrick. John Cross limping from the field. He'll be replaced by Ben Rorty for Penrith.
Stand up.
And there goes Rorty on as we get another penalty.
Back over the top of him, but you can roll off to the side, mate. When you go straight over, that's a penalty every time.
And Chris Beattie, the referee, saying you can't walk over the top of him. You can go to the side of him, but don't walk over the top of him. And that's what he's given the penalty for. I'll tell you what, the Panthers have been very good boys tonight. They've only given away still 2 penalties, and the Sharkies, well, they must be desperate because they've given away 9.
Interesting stat out of that, Gary, is that the Panthers concede the most penalties per game in the NRL tonight. As you said, 9-2 the penalty count in their favour.
There goes Tula down the left-hand side of the field again. Here's Luke Prittis, giving it to Craig Gow. I'd love to see Luke Prittis run the ball, take a little bit more pressure off the number 7 for the Panthers.
Elford shows the ball inside to Hicks. Gone into touch on the far side.
No, mate, if you go straight over the top, mate. Yeah, but you've got to go to the side, Chris. In here.
Well, equally a good tackle there by the Sharks, getting the player Elford over the line there. But again, they can't afford to do that. The Panthers, they had made mistakes. Whilst they've been well disciplined, they certainly have made a number of handling mistakes.
Yeah, Reek was the man who made that tackle there, Steve. Very good wingers play. Kind of gets his old club. He's looking for a big game.
Clear him now, Chris, get off.
5.5 to go. Cronulla lead 10-6. They're 5 short of halfway. It's Greg Bird on the field. Pearce now.
Off now.
Here's Kamali. Kamali running inside to Beattie. Put the head down and then looked up and no one was in front of him. Kamali. Running a nice straight line. But the defence read it well. High kick from Kamali. It's a wobbly one off the boot. Rooney under pressure, jumps high. Franze there with the tackle.
Well, the option there of putting the kick up was the right one, but it just needed to be a lot higher in the air to allow the chaser to get through, to put some more pressure on Rooney, who was really stranded by himself, but he darts out of dummy half now, makes about another 5 metres.
Mark, we still haven't seen any Preston Campbell at this stage, but I've got to say Brett Kamali has had a very impressive first half. He's worked the edge of that ruck area very, very well. His kicking game's been pretty good as well. He really probably has been one of the Sharks' best out there in his first 35 minutes of this game.
Well, mate, I'll tell you, that should be a penalty for Cronulla because he's walked off the mark about 1 metre or 2 metres. That's unbelievable.
Stay 10, mate.
Jared Taylor returning the football. Elford with the tackle. Hicks in there also. Quick play the ball. Reek had to race in there and gets the penalty.
Not straight. Not straight there.
The referees have been very, very tough on that rule. Trying to make sure they do stand straight at that play the ball area because they are leaving very, very early both sides. They just got picked off there, Shane Elford.
He's certainly whistle happy tonight, the referee, Tony Hutch, isn't he?
There's a great kick from Kamali too to put the Sharks right on the attack. They lead by 4. Offload to Gibson. Now Graham. Tackle made far side of the field by Elford. Beattie laying with the tackle. Ward in there too. Kamali. Gallen Just a couple of metres out, 3 out from half-time. He's lost that ball, penalty.
Scott, in there, leave it alone. Wait there.
What do you do here? Take the 2 or quick tap?
There's your mark.
I think they'll keep the pressure on them.
And they do. Here's Pearce.
Clear him now, get away.
Coming down to 2.5 out from half-time. Try here would be very good for the Sharks. Gibson, it's opened up and he's scored. The hooker. They took the tap after the penalty and the Panthers relaxed a fraction, not expecting the number 9 to run, and he scored the try just before the break, 14-6.
Well, the try before this, he actually set up himself. He got out of dummy half. He likes running out that left-hand side. Look, he gets out. He stays nice and low. But Beattie takes a few of the players off him. You can just see them. They start to fold up and chase him. He ducks underneath the tackle of Nullival and scores a very good try for the Sharks.
Well, he certainly has scored a great try. Pat Gibson, he showed a lot of flair.
Kamali converts the first try in first grade for Pat Gibson. 10-6 it was a minute ago. It's now 16-6 with 90 seconds out from half-time. That is a crucial try for Cronulla as they look to end their 5-match losing streak.
And now this will put the Panthers under all sorts of pressure in the second half to try and promote the ball a lot more, Steve. And then they may come up with more mistakes, which allow Cronulla back more into the game in the second half.
Well, Gary, just quickly, we saw a picture of Preston Campbell on the interchange bench again, hoping to see when he'll be injected into this game here tonight. But Pat Gibson, I thought that maybe that might be the best opportunity dummy half, but he has had a wonderful game, the number 9 for the Sharks.
I want to be careful here. Cronulla, a loose pass there, 40 seconds out from the break. I want to give Penrith an opportunity to put points on the board. Bird slipping slightly and tackle 30 out from his own line. Kamali. They may not be finished with points, the Sharks. Going wide. Allen. Time may beat them. Graham. Last tackle. Kamali. Kicking deep. What will Reece Wesser do? Inside the final 10 seconds. Away from Johns. Nowhere to go though. Franze's there with Bird to make the tackle. There's the half-time siren in the background. And so at half-time, Cronulla have not won in 5 weeks, but they lead 16-6 over the Penrith Panthers. As Brett Kamali gets us underway for the second half. Lang charging straight ahead. And Beattie was there with Gibson. That headgear's gone. Pulatua. In fact, that's Nalaval. This is Ward. 25 out from their own line, Penrith. First set after the break. Rorty going wide to Bell. Rooney's on his outside. Franze making the tackle. Rorty.
Last one, hands away.
Fifth and last tackle. Cribs a metre or so forward. Gower. There's Gibson hitting the deck, running into Lang. But the ball is taken there by Matthew Reek against his former club. His former Sharks playing for the Panthers and former Panthers playing for the Sharks. Best accelerating from acting half. Prittis made the tackle. Kamali almost through. Nalaval with the tackle. Johns.
Last one, clear now.
Last now for Cronulla. Kamali kicking. Rooney back there, no pressure on him. He's in the field of play, only just. The chase got there, almost forced him back.
Once again, the kick from Kamali just needs to be a fraction higher, which allows chasing team to get down there a little bit quicker. Probably could have got a better tackle on him, but Rooney did very, very well to save his side, really. A drop out underneath the post.
Keep coming, Colin.
Rooney again. Ridden to the ground there by Kamali. 20 out. Here's Lang.
Last one.
Last tackle. Pulatua, he's not the man you want on the last. Prittis, now Gower gets the kick away. Taylor traps it with the foot. Back to Reek. That was almost very ordinary for Penrith.
Yeah, I don't know what the ball was going to pull a tour for, because Gower was certainly set up on the right-hand side to put the kick in. It hasn't been the greatest start in the second half here for the Panthers. Really are struggling now to get out of their own danger zone as the Cronulla Sharks go forward with Pearce. And all they're just going to do now is run it one out and then get Kamali to kick it and try and get a repeat set of 6.
Well, Gary, if you look at the field position where the Sharks are right now, their sets of 6 and their kicking position has been a lot better than the Panthers, and that's why they're down 20 metres from the Panthers line.
Gallant taken there by Lang and Ward. That's the last tackle for Cronulla. Kamali back to the other side of the field. Elford under pressure. Took it in the in-goal area, 20-metre restart.
Well, the option to put the kick up was the correct one, but once again, Steve, it just probably a little bit too low and just didn't allow his chasing team to get there in the nick of time. Just needs to pick that up just a fraction. Everything else that he's doing in the game has been very, very good for the Sharks, but his kicking game just has to be a fraction better.
Nalawau. Interesting to see in this half when Chris Anderson does swing Preston Campbell into the game. They lead by 10, Cronulla. Gower, Ward, over the halfway line, just, there's Preston. There's Danny Nutley with chin cut. Bell, straight and hard. Good defence, Franze and McGoldrick. Picked up by Gower, and then gets the kick away. Bounce in the field of play, awkward bounce. That's knocked forward by Cronulla. Now Pulatua's got a double. The bounce of the ball goes Penrith's way. We're going to the video referee.
The ball comes back. And the offside from the kick. Stoney.
Horrible bounce. But maybe the Panthers have got a bit of luck, and Tony Pulatua may have got a double.
Well, it didn't even look like they were going to score a try or get out their own danger zone. That is the Panthers, but a little great hands there by Craig Gower. There, they're all onside. The ball goes up now. The back two and the fullback and the winger here have struggled all night, really, to make sure that they were going to catch the ball on the full. That has really let down the Sharkies. If they're going to do anything in the game, they've got to fix that up. They've got to make sure that they get there in time. What they're looking for is Pulatua's onside. That's no problem.
Well, I thought Craig Gower did very well. It was a poor pass. He puts the ball. The beautiful thing about the football, or the oval's shape, is the ball came back. Pulatua was the man on the job, and he's going around to improve his position. And what was, I guess, a lucky opportunity for the Penrith Panthers.
You can see there, Matthew Johns has actually hit the ball with his right arm out. It's gone forward, bounced up into Pulatua's hands. He's running around the fullback and come over and scored the try. This will be a green light. I got no dramas with that being a try, not a problem in the world.
And Mick Stone agrees with you. And Penrith back in it, 6 the difference with a kick to come.
As Chris Hicks now comes in.
How important is this kick?
To make it only 4 points, the difference.
Hasn't played much first grade this season. A very important kick. It's 6 the difference. This will make it 4. He's just hooked it. Not much, but enough to miss the left-hand upright. 16-10, Cronulla over Penrith. Just on 6 minutes of play in the second half. A good start for the Panthers.
I do believe, Mark, at the 30-minute mark that you will see Preston Campbell injected into this game. They just need something now to spark this Sharky side. Gone just a little bit flat.
Colin Ward.
Stand up. Hold. Sit.
Nalawau.
Leave him.
He's run solidly with the football tonight. Prittis.
Wait it.
He's hurt there, I think, Luke Prittis. Or is he just trying to make a point to the referee? Seems to be all right now as Lang gets the offload to Rorty. Back to Pulatua.
4, clear now.
Getting a bit of a roll on here, the Panthers. Gower.
Last one, stand
Looks
up.
like Martin Lang's been open up again. As the trainer's on to get rid of the blood. Sattler. Straight to Taylor. Stepping into Elford. Good chase, good tackle there from Penrith.
2, clear, Luke.
Reek. Gallen, solid tackle. Sattler coming in to finish it off with Elford. And here's Nutley with a different number on.
Oh, with the foot,
What number
Danny?
he's got on now? Number 20 now for Danny Nutley.
Last one, clear now.
Here's the kick from Kamali. Hicks is back there. Gets away from Gibson. Almost through the gap. Greg Bird closed it. And there with Matthew Johns. Rooney now. Penalty.
Take it to me, on the roll, wait. On the roll, you're never there. You and you, never there. On the roll. On the roll. Yeah, okay, it's all right, Rick. Come on, have a look.
Matthew Johns is the man who's down. You can just clearly see there that all the players on that right-hand side in defence were offside. The referee had no alternative there, Steve Mortimer, to penalise them.
Well, Gary, you can put that down to a quick play of the ball too. Well done by the Panthers, forcing a penalty there. They played the ball quickly. The Sharks were offside. They ran that area, and the Sharks had an opportunity now to bring it out of their half, 35 metres from their own try line, but a chance to get into the Sharks half as one of the Sharks is receiving treatment at the moment. Isn't Matt Johns?
It is. Clash of heads, it looked like there with Danny Nutley. It would hurt anyone.
Oh.
It is.
Nut on nut.
Got a head that had cracked coconuts.
Oh, he's come off second best. There's Matthew Johns. Danny Nutley has certainly got his own teammate there with a good one.
No Preston. He stays there. Phil Bailey comes on. That's interchange number 6.
Well, that means that Nick Graham will probably go to 5'8". He'll leave the lock position and go to 5'8" on the left-hand side. I thought it was a great time, really, to inject Preston into the game with a player like Johns coming off and Matthew Johns. He'll probably go up and get stitched up. Oh, that's a good run there by Martin Lang here. He's made 14 or 15 metres in the crowd. Really give him some support.
Ward. Swarming defence here from the Sharks. Under a bit of pressure, Cronulla. Pritis into Nalaval. He's been very impressive with the football tonight. Run very hard. Good run. On a roll now. Gower. Rorty has lost it.
Play the knock on.
I think they were actually setting up for a big play there, Steve. Sorry, mate. I think he was going to go to the line, turn his back, then offload because they've had a lot of success with it. Look, he was going to the line, turned it. You could just see the fullback there, Reece Wesser. He was going to be coming around and collecting the ball on his left-hand side.
You got to go to the blood bin. You don't have to be replaced, but you got to go. It's the second same cut.
Gary, you're spot on. They were working one ruck ahead of themselves there. And that really is a coach killer. There's their coach, Johnny Lang. He won't be happy about that movement. Now the Sharks will bring it out. Gary, just on Preston Campbell, I do believe he will be injected into the team, but I think Chris Anderson wants to see a concerted defensive effort by the Sharks in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then I think we can expect to see the brilliance of what they call the little apricot, Preston Campbell.
Well, I did say before, Mark, I reckon at the 30-minute mark that he would be injected into the game. Does look like, I know they can't see it on the screen just yet, but he is up off his chair. And just doing a little bit of a warm-up to go onto the field.
Yep, he's tucking the jumper in just on the touchline, so we will see Preston very shortly. There's no doubt about that. As Kamali offloads to Bailey. Last tackle here for Cronulla as Preston comes to the touchline. Kamali with the kick. Straight to Reece Wesser. Bounces away from him and he slips. And the chase is good from Cronulla. And here comes Preston, replacing Pat Gibson. He's on the field with 29 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. You're out by 3 seconds, Gary.
Well, that's because they couldn't get him on because they were kicking the ball.
Fair enough. Hicks now.
Thanks for your support too, Mark. It was fantastic.
Critis.
Well, now what the Panthers have got to watch, as soon as Preston goes into that dummy half area, they've got to watch them scooting out of dome, so their ruck defence is going to be very, very tight.
Well, Gary, just on back of that, it comes with a quick play of the ball. So if the Sharks, if they can get a quick play of the ball, then Preston Campbell can really strut his stuff and create some opportunities.
The kick to Taylor from Gower. Offloads there to Reek. Scotty Sattler there to make the tackle. Preston taking his time getting back. Goes into acting half now.
Straighten it up, Marcus.
As Taylor plays it. This is Best. How long before we see a dart from acting half? Beattie. Ward with the tackle. He just settle into the game first. Beattie wanting the penalty for being pushed after he played it. Bailey, he's lost it.
Knock on.
There is now creeping into the game. Going across. Good tackle there by Pulatua coming over the top. Some pressure on the ball carrier. There is now Penrith have got 6. The Sharkies have got 4.
Here's Reece Wesser almost through. Tackle had to be made by Colin Best. Shannon Donato on the field for the first time. Replacing Wayne. Oh. Hello. Playing the ball back. Nalaval. Pulatua. Jeff Bell now tackled. Fronze. Gower with the kick across field. Hicks charging down, but Reek is there. Immediately tackled by his opposite.
Good defence there by Rooney. Terrific take there by Reek at the same time. Now the Panthers, they've got to real toughen up in defence.
Well, Gary, they have lifted up a gear. They want to keep the Sharks down here now. Have another crack at the Sharks. This is a very important part of the game for both teams. As the Sharks lead 16 points to 10, they're going to be hell-bent on getting that ball down for the 5th and last tackle, and Brett Camorley putting the ball as far down as they possibly can into the Panthers' territory.
There's Camorley. They go wide Fronze. Now McGoldrick. Bell with the tackle with the assistance of Rooney. Camorley under pressure. To kick with the right foot. Just got it away. And so Penrith will have very good field position.
Well, I've got to say, Mark, that was a pretty poor ending to that set of 6. Brett Camorley would have wanted to be in a better position to get a better kick away. That really went nowhere, and as a result, the Panthers are well and truly back in the Sharks' half.
Here's Colin Ward, Bickerstaff with the tackle with Bailey. Gower into Pulatua. Really has a double tonight. 7 changes left for Penrith, 4 for Cronulla. Did he drop that Pulatua? No. Sattler. 30 out from the line. Preston in there with the tackle with Camorley. Last here for Penrith. Ordinary pass from Nalaval. Gower did well to gather the ball, but unfortunately it's gone touch in goal.
Craig Gower had to really rush that. Once again, if you get a slow play, the ball allows the defending side to get up on you very, very quick, which nullifies your kicking game. And that's what's happened to Gower and the tackle before. That's what happened to Camorley at the same time.
Hold the middle.
Beattie, jumper number 23. Preston cuts out Bickerstaff. Metre short of halfway.
Same as Chris Beattie, mate. Straight over the top.
Rorty being penalised for the same indiscretion that Chris Beattie was penalised for in the first half.
And what the referee did say, you could easily have rolled off to the side. He tried to get over the top of it, to hurdle it, and that is a penalty. I just think that Preston Campbell, Steve, is just waiting just for one quick play of the ball, and he's going to dart out like crazy.
Gary, the same as you, we're just waiting for him to ignite. He's such a will-o'-the-wisp, Preston Campbell, just waiting for the right opportunity.
Graham inside to Gallen. They're 10 metres short of the goal line, Cronulla. They lead by 6. Camorley, Nutley, back to Camorley. Good tackle there by Pulatua. Here's Preston. Ordinary pass through the legs of Bailey. Bickerstaff picked it up. Crowd didn't like it. Here's the last. Kamali now. Runs instead of kicks. It opens up and he's only a metre out. Shannon Donato has come up with a try saver.
Well, that's what he needed, was some backup. It was Kamali. He went down through the middle of the ruck, and they just held off him. They thought he was going to go wide or put a kick in. They need to get around him. That's what he's missing with that Shark side so far.
Get off. Wait.
Bell easing the workload for the forwards. Beatty in there with Bickerstaff. Rorty. Beatty again with Bickerstaff, and also Gallen. Muscling up here, Cronulla, trying to force the error. Ward. Right on the 30-metre line. Preston Campbell's a mile offside. He was called by the referee. Stayed out of play. Still talking to him. Last tackle. Gower. Inside his 40. Won't find touch. Reek. Attacked the football. Was able to bring it back.
The game really is in the balance at the moment, Mark and Gary, with both teams sort of an arm wrestle with each other, just waiting for one team to make that mistake and then for the attacking team to capitalise on it. The Sharks on the right end of the field at the moment.
Here's a chance for Cronulla. Bailey. Defence is there. Through Bell. Kamali has Beatty with him. Also Gallen. Bickerstaff's knocked it on. Penrith have come up with possession anyway. Not sure whether he was going to rule that as a knock-on or not.
I'll tell you what, some of the Sharks players, they must be able to read their little halfback now. Twice he's gone to the line around that ruck area, created a little bit of havoc, opened up a little bit of space there for his players to back him up. They just stood there and waited.
Had the opportunity here, Cronulla, to put points on the board and maybe put Penrith out of it. Just can't seem to do it. Losing becomes a habit. Not being in winning positions, just can't convert at the moment. They still lead that.
I've got to agree with you, Mark, that I think whether both teams are placed in the NRL Premiership at the moment, they're very tentative and to make mistakes. Here's Reza.
Oh, Beatty with a high tackle.
Hey, wait. No, it's too high, mate. Sir, but it's careless. Yeah, it's not even across the head. It's too careless. Nah, he's all right.
Now Reece Wesser going straight through the middle. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's nothing. What is going on? Honestly.
Has he found touch? Just.
What? Hold on. Is that a penalty or not?
In Tiddlywinks it is.
No, yeah, that's right. What a joke.
Rorty now. A couple of metres out from the line. Ward runs at Beatty, who makes a tackle. Nutley's in there too. They all jump on him. Campbell. There's 4 in there.
The Panthers are stacked on the left-hand side of the field. Got numbers.
Here they go with Gower. Now Sattler. Elford. Pulatua looking for 3. Gower. Donato into a yawning gap. Kamali's there. They keep him away from the line with Preston Campbell.
I've got to come to the right-hand side quick.
They do so. Gower holds it up, throws it out. The bounce important to Hicks. He'll score, and with the kick we could be level at Penrith. They came quickly to the right. Gower threw the ball. A nice bounce for Chris Hicks. He scored the try. Now he has the chance to kick the goal. 16 points to 14 with a kick to come.
I'll tell you what, looking at the players there, they had to come out to the right-hand side. They were very, very short here, the Cronulla Sharks. You can see there is just no one at home. Beautiful little bounce there for Hicks, and he just strolls over untouched. I'll tell you what, Chris Beatty will be a little bit disappointed with that.
Well, Craig Gower shows great vision here. They had the numbers out there, but this does come on the back of a controversial penalty against Chris Beatty, the captain for the Sharks, for basically what was a face slap, Gary Freeman.
Here's Hicks to level it up at Penrith. He struck it well just inside the left-hand upright, and the scores are locked. 16 all and we've got just under 19 minutes of play remaining. Penrith hanging on, turning it around. They trailed by 10 at half time. They now have levelled it up.
And just the comment back to you, Steve, is that I don't mind anyone getting penalised for a high shot if it's a high shot, if it's deliberate or accidental, but that was nothing like a high shot and it shouldn't have been penalised. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I do agree with you, and I understand why the Sharks would be upset, particularly Chris Anderson, because that really should not have been a penalty. However, we've got to get on with it. It's 16 all, and whatever side is going to make the less mistakes will contribute, I think, to winning this game here with only 80 minutes to go.
Frittis almost lost it. Bickerstaff with the tackle. Nutley coming in to assist as well.
4 off here, Preston. Now.
Donato
Last one. Clear, Chris.
saved a try at the other end of the field a short time ago. Tackling Kamali outside the 40 goal with the kick, but it's straight down the middle of the field. Jared Taylor. Pulatua with the tackle. Quick play the ball. McGoldrick. Bell grabbed him by the jumper. Back to Fronze. About 10 short of halfway.
I think McGoldrick and Fronze have done pretty well on that right-hand side and chucked in the deep end. Come up with some good passages of play. There's Lang. There looks on. Hope, with 2 eyes, I hope. It looks like one's blocked. Ooh, just a short ball there by Graham. Really peppering this left-hand side.
Elford made the tackle. Nutley plays it. Here's the last for Kamali. High kick to Rooney's wing. Here come the Sharks. Well taken. Preston takes him in goal. And that'll be a goal line dropout.
Well, that was a great take by the Panthers, Luke Rooney, but also equally a wonderful chase by Preston Campbell. He caught Luke Rooney, jumps up for the ball. You take the ball side on. If the kids want to see, that's how you take the ball. That was well done, and well done also by Preston Campbell. They'll get the ball back, a set of 6 at the Panthers line.
And the best part about that kick really was the height that he got into it, which allowed his chaser to get through. And Rooney took a great catch, as you said, Steve. As soon as he got down there, the defenders are right on top of him. Now as Nutley goes forward.
Straight at Rorty, who comes up with a good ball and all tackle. Here's Beattie. $16 to go. Kamali, Preston Campbell, Fronze now. Still going, Fronze. Still going. Gets away from Nalaval. Can't get away from the tackle of Prittis and also Rorty. Kamali, Graham, Best, quick hands, Reek. They're just a couple of metres short of the goal line. Cronulla, can they hit back and hit the lead? Kamali with a kick, Preston trying to come through. It'll go over the dead ball line. His passage was blocked, not illegally, just couldn't get some free running space. And Reece Wesser watched it go over the dead ball line. Here's Colin Ward. Bell. 12 metres short of the halfway line, he'll play the ball. 15 to go.
Well, I've got to say, Mark, with 14 minutes, just under 15 minutes to go, as we get closer to full-time, territorial position becomes even more important. And I would not be surprised if one of the guys, there is 14 minutes to go, looks at potting a field goal if they're in the right position.
Michael Lang's about to come back for Penrith. Sattler. Nalaval. That ball's out the back. Who wants it?
Went forward, down, into a Cronulla play and then forward again. It's a scrum here. Yeah, you're loosened feet.
Cronulla get the loosened feet.
It went forward into a Cronulla bloke and then back to you blokes.
That might be just a little bit lucky there.
Well, I think he lost that ball, Gary, I've got to say. There were 2 players to the tackle, 2 Sharks players. But I think he did actually lose that ball. But if it was forward, I don't know about that. Looked like it was back for mine.
Well, you can actually see Shane Alford. He's got the referee's signals and everything. Got the arm up there going like it was knock back. So it was another set of 6 he was trying to get through.
Taylor to Preston Campbell. The Penrith defence up quickly. They turn to their advantage. Cronulla, Nutley, and Rorty signalling him out. Chris Beattie comes to the bench for Cronulla. Bailey. Here's Kamali. Showing it, running. Reek, stepping. Past Elford, but not Sattler. Kamali. Gallen. Pops it back. Did it go backwards? They've knocked it on anyway with Gibson. And now Penrith have come up with it. Intercepted! Preston Campbell! Preston stolen the ball, and has he stolen the game for Cronulla? Well, Pat Gibson would have been digging himself a hole, and Preston's come up and stolen it. 20 points to 16. Is that a season turner for the Sharks?
Well, we're expecting the little guy to do something special as Paul Gallen goes to the line. He just goes to go on his back, pops the ball back. Gibson, he knocks the ball forward, is then picked up by Donato, picks it up, and then Ben Roy sees, well, there's plenty of people out there on the left-hand side, through a short ball. Hello, Preston.
Well, we know he's brilliant, and this came from a Sharks mistake, but Ben Rorty throws the pass. A little Preston Campbell, wonderful hands there, and scores the try, Gary Freeman, in a pretty handy position.
I tell you what I liked about when he scored the try, he said, well, I've scored it. All you blokes, the 12s, you better come over here and congratulate me because I'm not walking out from there. He just stood his ground. I don't think Brett Kamali will have any problems whatsoever in potting this over.
You wouldn't think so from right in front. How cruel can this game be? And there it is, 2 extra points. And so Cronulla back in front, 22 points to 16. And we've got just under 12 minutes of play remaining as Matthew Johns, one of many players to receive a cut to the head tonight. Watches on with Chris Beattie, who's another. And Scott Sattler about to restart play.
Well, Mark, there's plenty of time left for the Panthers to get back into this game and even win this game with 12 minutes, just under 12 minutes to go. They want to put off a big kick, get it down there, a good set of 6, so they get the ball back around halfway so they can start attacking in the Cronulla Sharks territory.
Lead the ball.
May just be the bit of luck Cronulla was looking for to turn their year around. Graham, ball to Bickerstaff. Looks like Phil Bailey's done his knee and back play for Cronulla. Getting up slowly. Kamali with the kick. Off the chest of Wesser, where he gathers. Bailey's limping, going out to the right-hand side of the field. If Penrith can get it out there. There's no one back for Penrith, though, to do anything about it. Lang. Lang almost through the tackle of Gallen. Gower. Here's Bell. He's at Bailey. He makes the tackle. No, he bounces away. Gower. Wesser had overrun it and knocked it on. Went backwards from Cronulla, says the referee. Campbell to Kamali. Still going, Brett Kamali. Just trying to force the pass there, the Panthers. As Steve said, there's still plenty of time. Come up to just 10 minutes to go. Gibson stumbling, falling.
This is where I think you'll see Kamali go to the line and maybe have one more tackle and then go for a drop goal.
Bickerstaff.
I think this is where he'll set it up, Mark. He'll push one more into the middle and then say, give it to me and I'll have a go.
He's looking for protection here. Will he go now? He goes for the kick. Campbell can't get there, knocked dead. Chris Anderson, is he pointing to the post then?
Well, that was a great grubber by Brett Kamali. Seeing Preston Campbell up there, your heart's in your mouth when you see Preston Campbell running behind Kamali. A little grubber there, a really deft kick, and you'll see Campbell coming there, but 2 Penrith players, in particular Gower, blocking. And now they've got to do a drop out from their own line. So great opportunity game for the Sharks, and would not be surprised to see a field goal in the next 5 minutes or so.
Maybe in the next 5 tackles or so.
No, I agree with you too, Mark. I think there would have been a message been sent out there straight away. Get it over, give us 7 points so we can go away with a win here at Penrith Park.
Graham Now Best almost through the tackle of Elford. Maybe they're looking for the try. Reek offloading to Graham. Now Kamali hands to Bickerstaff, who slipped. Fourth tackle, only a metre or so from the line. Here's Preston. Broady with the tackle. He's not really in position for a field goal, Kamali. Kicking, off feet. Who picks it up? Cronulla. Still the last, he says. Best now with the kick to the in-goal area, over the dead ball line.
I'm just checking whether or not he got that.
Just having a look to see whether Reek's got the ball forced. Matthew Reek doesn't think so. He's on his way back for the 20-metre tap.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the ball down either. I think he was already over the in-goal. He's got to the ball. West of there, he went, oh, I was going to touch it, no. He didn't even get near it. But it's not a bad idea for the referee really to check it. I've got no problems with that unless he got a call from his touchy to say, well, look, I think he's a little bit closer than what we think. That certainly will be no try.
Gary O, I thought Reece West give him a rep there too. He let the ball go right up to the end, and now the Penrith Panthers will bring it out 20 metres from their own line. Had he touched that, the Panthers would be kicking the ball out again, and the Sharks would have another set of 6 at them. So
many times too you see teams who have an opportunity to take a field goal and don't. It comes back to bite them a little bit later. They still lead by 6 though, Cronulla. It's not all locked up. But could that cost them maybe a point?
Look, I think the Panthers have certainly got another try in them. They're going to get the ball out to Sattler and pull a 2 on that left-hand side and then to go as they do now.
Colin Ward. Gower taken out in back play. Over the halfway line, Broady. Can he get it there? No, the defence forces him back. And back behind where they played it last time. Prittis, now Gower. Chance out there for Pulatua. Campbell made the tackle. Bell. And Campbell comes again. Last tackle. Gower changes direction with the kick and finds touch.
I've got to say, I don't know if that is the best option. It's easy for me to say it here on the sideline, but you know, the ball's gone out now. You'll probably spend another minute. Craig Gower kicking the ball. It will find touch. The Sharks can get their breath back. They'll get a set of 6. I think it might have been better preferred to keep the ball in play to really put the pressure on the Sharks with only 6.5 minutes to go.
No push. Bring it back around. Wait, the ball's in. Hey, let's bring it up. Hey, get in. In you go. Put it in.
Cronulla looking to take the ball down the other end of the field now with Jared Taylor.
Oh, that ball was forward. And maybe that's what the Penrith Panthers were looking for. A forward pass by Preston Campbell. Out to Nick Graham. This now is going to put the pressure right on him. Look at this.
Well, listen for it.
Tell you what, I think it was not even deliberately thrown forward. Well, what I'll be doing, I'll be putting Tony Puller out to 5'8", so here, run a big little Preston and put some pressure right on them.
Here's Wesser. Away from one. Can't get away from the good lock forward tackle. Graham. Elford. Quick play the ball, Prittis, chance. Nalabau. Fronze with a tackle, offload to Bell. Scores in the corner. The Panthers have another chance to level it all up. Danny Nutley blowing up, thinking it was forward. But Chris Hicks has the opportunity again to level the scores. 22-20.
And Nalabau, he has been very, very strong here tonight. Usually plays on the right-hand side in attack, but he saw they were short. Good work by Prittis to get out of dummy half. Watch him go forward. Isolates one player in the centre, gets the ball off. Well, maybe it was a fraction forward, but I tell you what, it was good decision here by the linesman. Fonte was the man who missed the tackle. Great ball, though. Let's play on.
Chris Hicks. Just to the left. And so the Sharks breathe a sigh of relief and lead by 2. 4 minutes of play remaining. Cronulla 22, Penrith 20. Penrith have to get it back down there again. Not only do the Sharks breathe a sigh of relief, Preston Campbell does.
Well, there's probably only 2 more sets of 6. for the Penrith side to attack with.
Preston comes off. Preston's coming off. John's on.
Oh, he's not happy. He kicks his headgear up in the air. Other than that, look, Preston was, to me, was going all right. I thought the tackle that he pulled off on Pullatura over the other side of the field was great, and he has worked very hard on his defence too.
3 minutes remaining. Can Penrith snatch it from Cronulla? The Sharks haven't won in 5 weeks. Penrith won their first game of the season last week. Ball's out the back. He's lost it.
Craig Gower just coming up with a drop ball there. He's saying that the ball was stolen. The ball was up nice and high with 2 players in the tackle.
Get up or get out of the scrum.
Well, he hasn't paid one notice of attention, Danny Nutley, there to the referee.
Up here, Brett, let's put it in. Put it in. Put it in. Put the ball in.
Kamali. There's a high tackle from Sattler. I don't think Brett Kamali liked it too much.
Wait, get up.
Beattie. Panthers swarming in, trying to force a mistake. 2 minutes remaining. Nutley putting their head down. Here's Kamali. Bickerstaff on the inside, through Lang's tackle. Not Rorty. Nalavau with a good tackle also. Ball's come free.
Ball down. Ball down. Wait, no. Four. Scrum.
He's had a pretty good game, hasn't he, Bickerstaff? Running on those inside passes off Kamali. It's a good tackle there.
Get in.
Just the ball gets stolen. No. It's good decision by the touches. Reece Weston now goes out for the Panthers.
We've got to go 90 metres in 90 seconds. Can they do it, Penrith? Rooney from acting half. You'd think that this would be the only set they've got in the game. Pullatua. I think they do it just running from acting half.
Well, they've just got to watch out now, Mark. They don't really give away a penalty.
Here's a kick for Wesser. Curtis was offside, was he? Now here's Wesser. The chase from Matthew Wick. McGoldrick's there as well. They'll get him just short of the line. A minute to go. Wesser will play the ball. What a chase from Matthew Wick, and he's hurt himself.
He's got to go right.
Get up. Now it comes Prittis. Gower standing, offloading now to Nalavau. Up the middle of the ruck. Only a metre out from the line. Pat Gibson with a tackle. Here's the last opportunity for Penrith, surely. He was pushed there by Graham. Gower, off hands, Elford for the corner. It'll be 6 to go. Has he got it down? We'll go to the video referee. I think he may have.
Going to check the grounding and the knockdown.
Can you go back to the chip play?
No, I can't.
This is offside.
I can't. Hey, just settle. I can't.
That wrecks the
I
whole
can't
play.
go back. I can't go back. Can I go back? Nick, I can't go back. I can only check this one.
Here's Elford. Video referee has to look at this to see whether he got it down. Can't see from that angle. It's that off the hands of Best. Has he got the ball down? They swarm in. The crowd here thinks it's a try. Mick Stone's the only one that tells. You can't actually see him get the ball down at first. Here's the decision from Mick Stone. And then we should watch for Tony Archer. It is ref's call. Try! He's awarded the try! Tony Archer has awarded the try, and that is the ball game for the Penrith Panthers. They've come from behind 24-22 with a kick to come, with Chris Hicks about to take it. The players have gone crazy. Here's the kick. Prittis.
Well, he's offside by a mile. That is unbelievable. What about the touchy on the western stand? What is going on? I cannot believe he has absolutely missed that. And the players down there from the Sharkies have got all intentions about blowing up to the referee and the linesman and the video referee.
Well, Shane Elford's the man that scored the try. The conversion attempt was unsuccessful. Full-time score. Penrith victorious over Cronulla by 24 points to 22.
This has been a Fox Sports production for the National Rugby League Partnership.